Okay, I think my screen visible to you all, and we are on day 5. So day 5 we have kept that monitoring part. In SQL Server monitoring, we focus on that all the activities happen on the database server side or database server and database side. Okay, and we will monitor from we can say that Windows stats as well as SQL Server stats basically. So we will start from the Windows stat, that is we have a perform activity monitor. This is totally a GUI part. Okay, we don't have any command line for that. So let's start from the Windows server side first. We have a server here, and let's minimize this one. So first we call, that is first tool is known as perform. Basically, see the PPT here. See, first we can discuss all the tools basically. So tools for monitoring, we have the default tool in SQL Server. Okay, except that we can say that Windows monitoring, we have a in Management Studio we have activity monitor, server default reports, profile and extended events, database tuning advisor, and yeah, extended we write it 2 times. Let's ignore. Yeah. So, and then we have a server configuration manager. We can monitor the services and all, and then we can create a report, SQL Server reports in SSDT to monitor SQL Server stats like number of logins per databases, what are the disk utilization that point of time when we file the reports, and number of total connections, concurrent connections, CPU utilization, memory utilizations, VLFs, jobs, which job executed properly or which is not. So we can see in the monitoring part basically. So it will help in our troubleshooting part also. If you know where to monitor, na, we can also see that how can we troubleshooting, which stats we have to look into that, and we can try to troubleshoot any error and any we can say performance issues in the SQL Server. Okay, so let's start from that Windows performance first. Okay, so go to the run, and we have to just type perf okay, it is window performance monitoring tool. It is very helpful if you know about this. Not is very helpful because we can add the counters, and we can monitor SQL Server very well from here also. So this is by default here, CPU utilization, disk write, ideal time and information, but we will not focus on this. We will focus on SQL Server basically. So SQL Server, here's the tool basically. We have to just add. Okay, so what we need to add from local system. Okay, just we focus on the SQL Server first. SQL Server page life expectancy, that is in buffer manager, and see, this is about the memory basically. So we check that heat buffer heat ratio. We can double click and add here, or just click add. Next is data pages. We are not going to see here, extend free, no. Page, yeah, this is page like expectancy or lazy writer. So basically this is about the memory. Okay, so in according to Microsoft, page like expectancy below than 300 second. Okay, so this is the lack of memory, we can say that, or there is some queries using more memory, and SQLs were running low memory basically, we can say that. So we focus on two things. First, for memory part, let's start, and we can customize this as per. So this is about no CPU does not. We go for the buffer manager and this one. Okay, so we can change the color here. We can say that yellow, and the graph for this is about hit ratio. Okay, okay. It is not going up basically. Okay, so we can see the stats basically starting from the server. It will overwriting all the data. We can save this data for the future basically. So we have to just go the collect data here, or you can create and trace and events. Okay, or right click here and we go for new window from here, and then we can add the data whatever we required. So basically there are too many assets here, just we have to focus, but we cannot see all this. But basically about the disk, we can see the disk, local disk. So disk utilization, we can say that for IO, or you can select the databases from here. So per database cache hit ratio, cache memory committed. Okay, reserve memory, you can check that. So more than I think 3000 counters here. Okay, and we can also monitor these things from the SQL Server buffer. Okay, so we'll go by step. We can see from SQL Server DMB basically. Okay, so this is about we can say that Windows Performance tool, and that is a GUI part. We can monitor from here. We have to just add the stat, and we hit OK, and we can monitor this one. Mm. So yeah, about
This,
database. Mhm.
this can be managed by DB, or it is by OS teams usually manage
Yeah,
all this.
OS team also can see that. If you're not aware of this tool, no, we can ask server team to just enable these stats and storing some data in a folder or files, and then we can later we can use it as trace. We can see that. So basically we see two things: page hit ratio and sorry, buffer hit ratio and page life expectancy from here. Rest we can see from that other tool. We have a activity monitor for the Windows. See here, performance, and then we go for the resource monitor. So we can monitor all the voice level resources. See, that is CPU, disk, network, and memory. So we are DBA, so we'll focus on just only exe like SQL Server. Let's find that exe first. Um, SQL Server. Let me sort by name. Yeah. So SQL SSMS is here, and this is SSMS. This is browser services. Then SQL Server. This one. So we have a 2exe here, see, because we have installed named sorry, named instance to here. Okay, so we are getting here two SQL Server services. See, just we focus on these two services. Now we have a file path, and come to the network. If this is connected, hit coming from the network on this system, and this is PID for that services, and the memory committed, working memory, serial memory, private memory in KB. Or you can see the graph here. CPU utilization, I think 5% or 6% maybe, or we can see from here, so 2%, 2 or 3%, 7% is like that. IO network transfer kbps 72 42 like, and this is about the memory. So basically we have capped memory, and for two instances it's about 60% we have allocated the memory to SQL Server. It is using here. So this is two window monitoring tool for the SQL Server. That is, one is perform, second is resource monitor. We can say that activity monitor in SQL Server. So any question in these two tools? Anything else you want to know? You can separately monitor CPU from here, all the services, then memory here. See, total
Just show
memory.
again how you have opened these two tools.
Okay, let me close this one. Close, close.
Both are
Close.
at the OS level, or is it
No, the
one is
both are on OS level. See, here the step first. First step is just we have to open the run. Okay,
Okay,
control
it's
R, or
task manager. Okay.
yeah. From here it is easy, but you can just press control R, or you can use the CMD, basic CMD command, and you can open that one also. Just like that, we can open CMD here and type Perfmon. I think Perfmon. See, okay, this way, or you can just type here in run. This is Perfmon. See, It's a
So this
two-way.
task manager CPU, that is different tool, and perfmon is a different one, right?
Yeah, that is, but both are OS. You can
Both
not
are
analyze.
OS.
Yeah, we could, because in task manager you cannot see properly. Sometimes different figure basically due to some patching and all. Okay, so we do not sorry trust on this figure basically.
But we can rely on performance
Yes,
monitor.
yes,
No?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because we are going to select the stats and all, we can check and we can collect that
Okay.
for a future. This is we can say that random. Okay, sorry, we can say that uh, mm, not what we can say that it will change. Okay, every few seconds, but we cannot store this anywhere in a file. The task manager CPU utilization, memory utilization basically. But Performant providing facility to we can store, like if we get a ticket like 4 to 5 p.m. we are getting very heat and there is utilization more than 80%, memory utilization very high, server performing very low. So at that time we are not on desk basically.
So
So
it
what we do,
contains the historical data in that case, right?
yes, historical data. So we can just schedule or we can just enable before that, and we're capturing an hour data, how server is responding, the memory utilization, CPU utilization, network utilization. So whole resource we can monitor from here.
And can we prepare some template also so that on a new system just apply that and it will show only those statistics?
Basically, in reports we can configure, but basically we have to just first we have to just uh, trace the event. Basically, by default we have these are trace. You can enable that or you can save. Okay, by default these are. But in my experience till now, I have not used these templates basically. Trace
Okay.
sessions.
So
We just
okay.
customize that one according to our utilization. Basic used was basically.
And we can use performance monitor on the local server, not on the for
Yes.
the remote server.
No, no. There is no option for we can connect that, but this system is network or we can say that trusted basically. So like uh, basically this is done by server team. They have an idea how can connect the different server on this system. Like you want to monitor application server from database server, how application server is performing. So just we have to just connect the system, provide the IP addresses, and then connect. So you can collect the stats of application server 2 in this system database server only.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, but by default this is locally. By default is local. So basically, there's a trust relationship between two systems. Then we can connect different servers in this Perfmon or Task Manager or whatever you are using. If you want to restart the services of different server, just open the services. Let's show you, and you can connect that services and you can stop from here. Services. In that you have option. This is local. You can connect different server and you can connect and start and stop other server system from your database server also. So, but you need a system admin permission. We can say that or server admin. Then you can perform that activity. Not only a normal user can perform. So this is about Perfmon. Okay. Now second one is our resource monitor basically. So resource monitor is that you have to just click on performance, and here is resource monitor. Okay, see this one. Open resource monitor. It will show you all the resources on a system basically. So that is CPU, memory, and disk and network. So you select SQL Server, Management Studio, maximize this, and you can
From where
see about. Mhm.
from where you open this in the task manager?
Yeah. Let's me go to the task menu first. Here. So this is task manager basically.
Hmm.
Okay, the main window. This is the main window for every task manager. Okay, this is the processes. Next is performance. So in performance, here it is. Open resource monitor.
Okay.
Okay, this is a 4-core processor. So you can see the right click and change the graph by logical processor. So this we get 4 graphs. Which system, which processor, how much load. You can see that. Then we can see the memory, about the memory, compressed memory, available memory, and the commit memory, cache memory. Okay, so cache memory it is showing 3 GB. We have not changed it is taking by default. We can uh, create that 1.5 times of physical memory. It is We can say that effective cache size in Postgres and SQL Server lock pages in memory basically. Okay, or virtual memory you can say that. So in performance tuning, we will change that settings basically. Okay, from Windows side. And there is a group policy object. Then we have to change that group policy object. In so that settings we can change in performance tuning class. Okay, the ninth day basically. So I'm not going to change that one, but we are just going to monitor here. So here we can see all the memory related figure. We can set what is on the system currently. Okay, and this is about the network. So you can see the network graphs, send, receive, and all. So this is other way we can, but we can see from here also. This is our resource monitor. Okay, so in resource monitor, I think we have already opened here. So it is overall report about the resources. If you want to monitor only memory, what is going on, so you can see here. Okay, every each and service, how much memory it is committed using. Okay, shareable, private, and all. See that. And about the disk, so disk IO can check that. Just click on this SQL Server. We are not performing any task on any databases, so we are not getting here. So this is only on Windows level, but we have to just select the SQL Server services for monitoring SQL Server activities on that network and disk. How it is performing, what are the bandwidth, memory utilization. Okay, these two tools from the Windows side. Any question on Perfmon and Resource Monitor?
So these are basically local server tools, right? This
Yes,
which
local
can be
server.
managed locally. The instance and DB is running on there.
Mhm.
The OS stats and the DB and the instance start everything.
Yes, yes,
And centralize only that you said is COM is the only option.
yes.
And these tools like sort of OS team control. What are the other tools which will have DBS have more control?
Yeah. We are going to on that topic
I
basically. This is
think these two
Mhm.
tools, DBS can also
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
control. Huh?
Because DBA have a sysadmin role, they can connect to the SQL, the Windows server also for taking RDP and all.
Mhm.
Okay, because we cannot connect from different server. No, we have to just connect to the system to doing RDP, and then we can check all the stats. Or else we can just try from our local laptop, just like same. Just let's image this local laptop, task manager or local system, whatever. Okay, and then we can set that just process. Okay, so from here we cannot connect different server. We have to just go to that Perfmon first. Let's open that Perfmon. From this is 11. Okay, so Perfmon, and then we can connect database server. So we'll just click on that performance, and then let's have a we have a database server XYZ. Just we have to just type that in the IP address, and we can connect and monitor from here, our own desk also, if you are not able to log into database remotely. Mm-mm. Yeah, this
And
is true. Yeah,
in local machine, can we open that resource manager?
yeah. Not
No.
no no. They are
Mhm.
not resource manager. Basically, this is integrated with task manager. Only open that is services, Perfmon. They have other exe, so we can use that one. This is a part of task manager. So the other system task manager we cannot open on remote location or no remote location basically.
No, not remote. Locally, like a performance monitor, I can open on my personal laptop.
Hmm.
है ना? Similarly, how to open that task manager also I can open, but you opened that resource manager
On local system, yeah.
on local system. How to
Manu,
open that?
in the task manager below there is an option for
See,
resource monitor.
this is our
I
task
just
manager. This is
uh-huh.
task manager. You just click on second tab performance.
Uh-huh.
Then here is below open
Oh,
resource
I
monitor.
got that. Okay, fine. Just I
Yeah,
missed that.
yeah.
I don't have
Here,
permission, but yeah, I can open
yeah.
her.
So we can just click here and open that one. Just we have to select SQL Server exe in that overall view. Okay, and then we can see CPU, memory, disk, and network. These are the
Fine.
four
Got it.
resources. Four resources we have in SQL Server or Windows Server. We can say that. So these are two tool from Windows side. Now going forward on SQL Server monitoring tool. So we have a list here. I have already read out. That is activity monitor default reports we get in SSMS Management Studio. So let's see, connect and open these tools. How can we use that? So we have a SQL Server Management Studio. Now this is our databases. Let's disconnect this first. This is our, yeah. Okay. So now we have this instance SQL Server. Okay. And we have to monitor the stats and all. So just we have to click right click and we have a activity monitor first, like resource monitor. Okay. Just click that one and see all the processes. Uh, Here what are the process running on the server. We can see all about the databases on database server only, not Windows. Okay, all login ID, SPID. Okay, if I connect this tab na, this will not show here. Let's disconnect this one, we'll do later. Okay, disconnect, disconnect, disconnect. So now let's refresh and now use activity monitor. So see, we have, I think, default where is connected .NET application reporting services. We can see the application server which is connected to the databases which ID. See, report server is connected to the data. So we have already configured. So it is making the connection between SQL Server and report manager agent. Okay. So you can see the jobs basically. Okay. Sorry, application name. This is like basically if we fire an SP Hutu or command line, we go, if you see the command line tool, na, then we can get the same data basically, the stored procedure SP Hutu. Okay, this is about the processes. Then resource waiting for, okay, buffer, backup, IO, buffer, latches, lock, memory, or either. So where is waiting for, okay, which category? Sometimes we face that SQLs are performing very slow. So basically they are waiting for some resources. Okay. So that's why it is getting delayed to get query and all output and all. So this is a blank server, basically no hit from different networks and different resources. So it is showing 0000. This is not waiting for anything. Basically, it's fine. And this way type in time in millisecond, basically ms millisecond per. Okay. Disk. So disk, we are not writing any data or not reading any data from the databases. So there's no database name, no file name, or MB rate per second, not here. If you start reading or writing, we can get all these things. This is by default. We have a temp DB because system is started. So we have not making any connection on temp DB basically. So it will just showing 000, nothing else. See, only temp DB. This is totally up and running online databases. So we get the file detail and database name here. If we perform any activity on any databases, we get this read or write or response time from the databases.
And is it live or Can we get historical data as well?
No, this is live. Historical we get from DMBs. We
Okay.
have the second phase, the command line. We see the command line tool. Then we see the historical data, CPU utilization till last 24 hours or last 1 day. So we can get from different, we can say that different DMBs we have. That- that, I can show you all this. Okay.
First, let's complete this and
Yes, 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 yes.
activity monitor.
Yeah. This is the because this is start from GUI side, no? So let's complete this and then we go for the command line tool. Okay. Then we have a recent queries which is filed on databases, so you can see the query detail here, but we cannot copy from here. Okay, see what are the queries run from run on the database server. So this is system queries, basically. See policies based for deleting some data from that maintenance plan or something like we have implemented. All this thing is running in the backend. See temporary objects. This is for backup. Basically we are not fire any, this is not any user, we can say that user connections or user command or user queries. Basically just system queries only, just collecting the stats for the monitoring about the report databases and all template databases. See, it's a database name. Okay, and then we have a active. So there's no active basically, or maybe some activity monitor can collect, but no. So this is about server activity one. This is a server level. Okay. Now we have other option for database, particular database we can monitor that. Okay. So we have a properties. No, sorry, reports, and then we have custom reports. So we can see particular database wise disk utilization, top tables detail means top basically sizes. Okay, used by disk partition. Okay, and backup and restore events, all transactions, blocking transactions. So we can see from here index user stats. So let's, very useful, we can check that very few. Let's, for example, okay, let's see the, this is a report. So we can see, okay, reserve space and log file size. We can see in the graph. Okay, no in one index, I think so. Yes, and data on user space. This is transaction log. So we have used 1.8%, 98 point space is free. Then we can see that data files and all. Just click, go down, and we have a two data files, primary and secondary. So name and the sizes here, how much it used. We have allocated 200 GB, 200 MB, but it is used only 2.18 MB. Rest 92 MB or 97 at 197 MB is free. These are for the writing other datas. If you fire any queries, then you write the data in that MDF file or NDF file. So this is about particular databases report. You can see also particular database index about the, if you are going for performance tuning, then you can see that index, about the index or physical stats use. Okay, so you can click on index stats. So we don't have, I think, index, single one index on the database. See, we get that one only. Last update, and these are the history about that index stats. So this is about database. So we can just right click on database, go to the report, and then we can see whatever we want to check on database levels. So these are the default reports. You can customize also. If you have a query, then you can customize the report and we can restore data in a table and we can visualize later. Means if you want to create a historical data to capture, you can do that, like this utilization or log utilization by so you
This is
can track.
also live, right? Not historical.
No, this is live and historical both, because it will show you after restart till time. After restart it is flushed down, flushed out.
So one day before, if I have to see what happened, can I
if
check
if
from here?
system is, if system is not restarted, you can show it, no, that's last update and last use, last checking details you will get here. Or if you want for last 2 days, 3 days, they are DMBs. We will just fire and we have to pass the date and time. Like we want to see last 2 days of CPU utilization only, CPU history, backup history. So we have to use DMV, dynamic management views, SQL Server, okay, or DMF, dynamic management functions. So if you just call that DMV, that will fetch the data and show you in a tabular format. If you want to visualize that, then you have to just call that queries in a reporting services or any BI tool, Power BI or Tabuli or whatever you are using in your environment, basically. See, we are getting the time here. See, after 7:30 p.m. time, 33. Okay. If you refresh this is time is 35. So it is showing the last use when the previous one. This is 1900. So okay, this is study date. See, last scan, last loop time. So we get last and yeah, basically the tab we have, the column we have. But the historical we can get from DMB only.
So that query tuning advisor, something like we have any query which we found,
Yes,
something.
yes. Yeah, too many things. We'll be going step by step. We have a profiler, the heavy IO tool, basically. See, we have a profiler,
Mhm.
the heavy tool, and we have a latest extended event, the light tool, but it is working as a profiler.
This
Okay.
is also OS level tool, local
No, this is SQL
profiler,
Server. SQL
SQL
Server.
Server.
Totally
Okay.
SQL. Now we are discussing about the SQL Server only
All,
here.
all these are under management studios from
Yes,
activity.
yes,
Okay.
yes. All in the management should be. Okay, we'll see a demo all these things about that. Okay, how can we capture data and keep that trace file and Excel sheet or whatever we have a export source, we can check that one also. So I have shown that here server level, that is we have activity monitor. This is a server level, and here is a database level, that is a reports. Right click on databases, go to the reports, and reports have several reports. So if you want on particular databases backup and restore events, so you can just click here, we can get all the details about that backup and restore. But I think we have just 2 3 backups, so we get that LSN number, last LSN number, backup sizes, see here, backup type, backup name. So using this backup size we can create a historical backup data, because what how much data is growing per day, we have just minus from 1 day. Okay, if you want, let's study is 5 MB or today is 6 MB, so per day 1 MB is growing. So we can create a report of database growth, weekly, monthly, fortnightly, yearly wise, how much we are data writing in the disk. So we just write a calculation from that this backup size and all. So we can get from that backup media set. This is a view on SQL Server. We can get historical data from there also. Same window. Basically, in my understanding, whatever the third party tool is using, that they are hitting the databases and collecting this data and visualizing it there by their own experience. Basically, they are using this same DMVs in any reporting tool. So this is about databases. Now we have also a server reports basically. So just right click on server, go to the reports, and we have a standard reports like this. So top query average IO time, sorry, CPU time, average IO time, total CPU, total IO. We can batches, you can see that log, transaction age, top connections, stop sessions, cursors, blocking transactions, memory consumption, scheduler health, and server configuration history change, or server dashboard and performance dashboard. So performance dashboard is very useful and very helpful. You can get all these things. If you don't know the DMB, how to find web types, what are the web types of database server, we can get from here. Previously to not in 2016 not, but in 17 or 19 we are getting this on the top basically. Previously we get the server dashboards and all, but we are not getting performance dashboard. This is not newly developed by Microsoft. Just to see the interface how it shows. Okay, this is about system CPU license. You can see here time to time. Okay, see here used by SQL. So we are not using too much CPU on the SQL server. Okay, so it is showing other tool only or application. Now current activity, see about that request and user sessions. So this is the heat ratio. So we focus on this heat ratio. You know about the heat ratio, it should be a 99.99 something like that. the best hit ratio. Okay. Now the historical information you can get from here. See, whatever you're asking for historical data, if you want to check historical weights, IO stats, latches, CPU, logical write, duration, physical read, or CLR. Okay. And other about that, activity traces, event session, you can say databases details, you can see from here. So let's see an example of weight stats. We can also see from the query side also. So these are the weights. Mainly we have 222 weights type basically. I can show you later with the query. So log, sorry, here. Mm, latches and trace, but here you can see all the categorize. Okay, if you see about the memory latches, the memory weight, so you can click on memory. Okay, this is a weight category. So we can get memory allocation extent, reserve memory allocation extent, and cache mem. So just we have to analyze that. Okay, and then we can use that if the memory is high utilization. So we need to tune the queries basically. So how can we come from this? We will see in performance tuning monitor if you get high utilization or used by query. So how can you tune? Or we see that we can buffer IO or CPU and parallel redo plan, or we can say other parameters like preemptive to not lock. So what about the locks? So lock we have a shared memory or exclusive lock basically. See the lock weight type here in a SQL Server. So here we can monitor that performance based, but we have to just tune that. We have to provide solution performance tuning basically. So we can collect the stats from here and decide where and how to do and remove this weight type basically. If you get the CS packet weight type, this is for MDOP. MDOP is not configured on the server. We get CS packet weight type. CX packet, and can I see here in SQL Server CPU? If not, then we can see in different way. This is scheduler, so nothing about OS scheduler. Parallel, no. This is about buffer IO. So buffer IO, but basically about the latches, shared latches. So this is about the I reading the data from the disk. So this window shows us about that performance of the basically historical data of the SQL Server performance. Where the waiting, where and what for waiting that queries, and it is getting delayed. So we can check that all. Others we not focus. Basically, this is summarized. Okay. So basically focus on particular lock memory and network not required, buffer manager and buffer IO and CPU. This is about the memory OLAP, OLTP is in memory tables. About if you configure in memory tables, then we can see that how much table in the memory and what is how much occupied space and memory on server. Is about query store. It is that's about the query hint basically. Is a different tool for monitoring that historical queries only. Query plan and query all these things in query store. This is a different tool we can see. This in performance tuning. So these are the stats we can collect from here. You can see from the GUI side. If know the command, you can just use that sys.os wait stats. There's too many DMBs. We can use that and we can get the data, the waiting task and all. Then about that, we can see something like physical reads. Okay. So here is about the query read. Okay. We can get the data, which is high. We can say that reading the disk data from the disk. Writing data basically. So this was the disk physical disk utilization. So these are query. I think these are totally the system queries running, writing a data on the disk in MDF file or MSDB basically. Session package and all. Yeah. So we have seen here server level activity monitor, server level reports. Two things here. So we can monitor from the GUI side. If you don't know the query, then you can monitor from here also. And second one is server level reports. Right click on server reports and standard reports and see that the default reports. We can click here and you can see that. Any question on these reports, server report and database reports?
That's fine.
Okay. So next we have which in developer report profiler. Okay. So profiler is a highly IO intensive query. Okay. GUI tool basically. And for this, the best practice is that we do not enable or open this profiler on production server without any prior notice or approval basically, because it will slow down the whole server basically. It will reading all the system while gathering the traces or data in their trace file. Okay. So before using this, we need a drop an email or something. We have to need to follow the process basically in the environment and take an approval from the application team, application owner, or whatever the management label there, and then we can use this. We can use manually. We can schedule this, and we can just capture data, and we can see later also for analysis process. So for this, we do not need to click on that server anywhere. We just open the management studio simply and go to the tools, click here tools. We have a SQL Server profiler here. See, let's see an example. I'm closing this by default. Let's see, easy to understand. Close. Let's open SSMS again. Sorry. Da, da, da. Where is? Hmm? Too many things come here. Management studio. Okay. Or we can also open profiler from here. We have also a tab in setting folder, Windows folder. Let's see here profiler. I think so. Not in tools basically. Yeah. See here the profiler. So you can open from here also direct profiler. Not opening SSMS. You can open from here also. So just I'm canceling this. I'm not connecting a database server. Just this is blank SSMS. Go to the tools and open that profiler. It's a different tool, different GUI tool basically. Okay. So there are two ways to open profiler, from management studio, or second thing from the all programs and folders and files. Now this is a blank about that. We can say that report profiler. Now we have to connect the server on which we are going to monitor or capturing some data, some stats from that server. Okay. So we have to just click on file, open a trace. So it will ask the server name where we have to just make a connection and get the data from that server. So I'm going to collect the local system first. Oh, and authentication mode requires system admin. Okay, or we can say that process security admin, process admin. We can say that, and then we can connect this system. Now it is a totally a blank, untitled. Okay, so here is some time. First, this is name basically. We can write a name like query monitoring. Okay, query mon. This is a provider name. This is the type of provider, SQL Server version. Now you have a template, default templates basically. Okay, we can also customize that, but this is a default template. What we are going to monitor. Okay, store procedure count, standard reports, TLSQL, duration, group logs, and SPs, store procedure or tuning. So basically, we are focusing on tuning. Just click on tuning. Okay, so it will capture data and we get an reports for what query need to be tuned or need to get indexes or drop need to drop an indexes. We get a reports basically after the end of the this activity basically. So this is a default templates. Now we have option to save on table or disk. So basically we will not use in a no, file. Basically we use in a table, in a database, that like monitoring databases or something like master databases. So it will, if you click on that saving in table, it will ask to connect the database server where or in which databases you want to save this data, historical data. So just need to connect. I'm going for different server basically, not on this server. Okay, connect. Then you'll ask for that database name, then the schema name and the table name. So you can put as per your desire, basically which database name, and the schema name by default is DBO. You can create that the other we can say that schema, and then you can keep on that. Okay, and then the table name as per your uh, convenient, or how can you understand this is a trace for this system and all. So this is local, so query mon, and we can pass the date or time, whatever. So this is 1st of March. Okay, let's see. And we can set also maximum row. Okay, how much row we are going to collect or make a file for, how many rows required in a trace file, basically maximum. So we can set that. After that, automatically disconnected this trace writing data into that database tables. So I'm keeping blank because we are going on time frame. Okay, so because time frame, because we get a tickets or call from that application team, that is we are getting slowness at this point of time. So we can just before time we can just fit here, and we can select that the time frame, and we can save the data. So trace duration, we can say that 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Okay, so we can just set trace minute 5 minutes. Okay, for this time. Okay, and then we will select the events. So in, see, the by default we are selecting tuning. In tuning you collect RPC completion, statement completion and batch completion. Mean statement uh, completion, we can say that we can collect here and we can tune that. Next is we have a filter basically here. Okay, so filter means we are going to fire this trace on whole server or any specific databases. So we provide the database ID if no, if not, then you can just provide the database name. Just click and provide the database name. Like we have a demo, I think, or data file, something like what is the database name? Let's connect proper right database name. We can connect that one. No, no, no. This system we are connecting. So let's see. So we have a database file. Okay. So just copy this and pass here in filter. Okay. We pass the like. Okay. Nothing required here in filter. We are just focusing on database level. Click hit, and that's it from repo profiler side. Just we have to run. So it will run for 5 minutes after starting this. Okay. So this is 7:53 till 58 it will run. Start. So here data is not coming because we are not performing any task on the database level. Let's fire some query. Okay, so select star from sys files. Okay, okay. So from application side we get many transactions, many calls. So we get very frequent data here. Okay, so see whatever you fire here, this is captured. And let's see if I another we can go for create some tables and all. Sorry, this is our temporary tables, we can see later. Copy, then create. We are not going to create temporary tables, so let's remove this. Execute. So you can see here, not now because we created that one. Let's see under insert some data here. Insert some data. Okay, now we're capturing all these things here till 58. 8. Okay, see the database name. Okay, let's see another thing. Some different.
So is it tracing only the resource intensive things, or it is tracing everything?
It will trace SP completion, that is the statement completed. Okay, three things only: a store procedure count, or select a statement.
So all the select statements.
Yes.
Okay.
So see here, SP statement completion, RPC completion, or we can say that SQL batch completion. So whatever calling in the batch, SQL batch, it will complete. See, select SP ID and all. See, we created the table here. It will complete it. So we created this temporary tables and all. So not temporary, but it's a physical table. We have inserted some data here. So our batch is completed right now. We've completed the task. So statement completion will complete and batch completion will also complete. Yeah. So we complete capturing here SQL back statement, RPC complete, and batch statement only. Three things only.
Okay. And this
Big,
uh,
Mhm.
database tracing will be at complete instance level and
No,
database level, and also at session level. Huh?
no, this is on database level, not on server level,
Okay,
because
okay, database level.
we have created a filter there.
Mhm.
So it will trace for this particular database connections transactions coming on the database only, not for the whole databases. Because sometimes it will problem in database only, not on server side, because they are a
Mhm.
shared server. So there are many databases working fine, but this particular database performing very slow. So we can focus on that database only, not on all.
And we have option for session as well.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So we can get SPI ID, database ID. This is 5, database name, object type, and logging name, duration in milliseconds. See, 4 second, 4 millisecond, one, like, yeah. And this is a statement here. So if there is a delay in that duration and all, so we can see that transaction which is completed. So we can focus on that plan and all, and then we can suggest the developer to modify that, or we can do by their DBA own, because by raising that change request and all, because it's a production server. So just we have to follow the process basically. So it is 57. Let's wait for a minute. It will automatically close or stop. It's still running. Let's fire a couple of more commands. So I can just modify XYG. Yeah. Let's select from this table. Select top 5. You can say here order by already CT DSC already ascending by default. So it will change the structure. Yeah. Okay. Then we can say top 15. Now you can see here. Sorry, this is profiler. See, automatically stopped here after 5 minutes. So this is total demo about that profiler. So we have just captured the data. We have not analyzed that because we have get a call that this is slow, very slow. So we have to just tune the query. So we just call the distress file in that tuning advisor. SQL Server has a tool that is database engine tuning advisor. So they say this is a second tool. This is associated with both. Okay, so first we open the profiler, then we capture our data, and then we open that database tuning advisor. Okay, so on the same databases server. Okay, and now we have captured the data in a table or format in table. So we just select the table here option workload, and just we have to search for on the date table. Okay, so we have to select it. Sorry, we have captured the data on different servers. Sorry, so we will not get here. Just disconnect this and connect the server where we have keep that table. Basically on this server, connect and new new session, then table. Then we will select the database name where we have keep that table, and then we can find here search. So we have a table name, not in master, that in demo dir, and we have provider name. Oh, it's a table name. You select this name. No? We can type perform. Let's see the table name first. Missing that name. Database engine, and then the demos database, and we have selecting, sorry, in human resource. I'm making mistake here, not in DBO, in human resource. Sorry, we have a schema. See, we got a table name. Okay, so we just provide the database name where you keep the data table, and the schema in which it is associated with, and the table name. So we have captured the trace file in tabular format in this table. So we find that. Let click here. Okay, and we got this, and then hmm, why it is not selecting that work analysis. Select this one. Oh, something wrong here, because we are not getting a proper database server. We have saved it on different server and just making connection on this only. Oh, so it will not showing here. I have done wrong. I think we have to just keep on same server basically. Wrong. Okay, just uh, just a minute. Let's cancel this one. So we do this activity again. Okay, just capture that on this server and saving the data on same server basically. Yeah, and this is a template. Basically we're going for tuning, name this query perform. Okay, and save in table on same database in, yeah, not in master but in different database. Like we can say that not same database but different. We can say other one, the blank database is restore. Okay, no master, restore here, same name, and we will see for next 2 minutes basically. We do this activity multiple times, and this is we are collecting data for a store procedure and TLSQL only. See here, there are three events we are capturing. Okay, a store procedure and TLSQL, and the database name we have to just filter here and just pass that data file. Sorry. Copy and then paste. Okay, and this is for 5 minutes, sorry, 2 minutes. Let hit OK, and then execute query from the backend. Okay, just I think we reconnect the recreate the data table. Oh, already exists, so we can just rename that one. Sorry, already is okay, done. Now we can change the name here. This is 1 and insert data. Now it is capturing here. Yes, inserting data. Okay. And modify some data. Select from the table is 1. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We can pass also where condition here. Where first name. Sorry. This is first name. Okay. Equal to something like Eric. Yeah. I think trash closed or stop. Restricted running for 2 minutes. Okay. Wait for a minute. I think so. Yes. Stopped. Okay. See. After 2 minutes. Now we have to use database tuning advisor. Just close this previous profiler first. And now we are going to analyze with database tuning advisor, same server, table, and then we have to yes, search, and we have kept it in the stored database and by default DBO and next select. What happened? We were stored in database like very property. We're stored in same database, I think so, in the store. Mhm. This is on load on data file, but we have to use this table, and this is a store database. It's not saved here. Yeah. So where I've saved that? By mistake, I think select a different database name. Mm-mm. Database name is same, but with the kilo date of basically. Open the trace file, but we are keeping in the table, no? Not properties. This is a master. Sorry, this is master. Okay, see. Okay. So we have a server name and the date table in which we have captured the data for tune, and on which database, on the data file. We just select the data file here, and just we have to start analysis here. Okay, so it will use that physical analysis, basically actual analysis, okay, on the disk, and it will increase that CPU utilization also here. We can see from here it is not loaded, but yeah, it will increase the CPU utilization more if it is running on the server basically. What is failed? Let's see the error. So about the storage recommended space for that table pages, and something very restricted. It is minimum storage space required. Think that we have the space in database server. Yeah. Okay. So I think we have not captured more than that data. Okay. The basic recommendation of data tuning advisor is minimum 3 MB of file. But I think we have created a table in KB maybe. Let's see that the size of table here. Uh-uh. Storage. Okay. See in KB basically. Okay. So that's why it is throwing an error. We need more data. Then database tuning advisor can start working on that basically. So basically, I show the step basically how can we implement or monitor the databases using profiler and database tuning advisor. These are the steps basically and the way we can implement that. Now we are getting error because we have not sufficient data to analyze. Okay.
So here we need to give the entire trace for tuning advisor, or can we provide some specific SQL ID to tune as well?
No, basically we have captured data on database level. So that period of time, database sorry, profiler capture all the data that is hitting that databases, particular databases. Okay.
Mhm.
So we do not know which query or which ASP is consuming more memory and CPU and IO. Basically, we don't have any idea. So database tuning will run all the query step by step, create in the back end the plan and all, basically the stages of that advisor, and checking that any recommendation like there is a join problem or there is a index missing or index is not in used or this index is highly fragmented. So we get and report here after this running this is
So we
thrown an
will
error.
get for each and every statement, we will get the
Yes, here.
advice.
Yes, see here we can get all the event statement. It will also assist for how to write the index also, create indexes. We get here all the reports here.
Okay.
So it is get thrown an error and out from that performance monitoring. See here, general recommendation. We get a generating reports and then we get that recommendation from that tuning advisor. So what are the changes need to be made after this profiler we can say report. Like that we have to drop an index age, we have to create an index age with filter column or included column, or we have can say that uh, modify that query so we can get a report. This is a recommendation for these queries, and that this is table name, this is the index name, this is that object name you get in the reports basically. So these are the steps for tuning advisor basically. Let's see here. See, consuming workload, performance analysis, generating report. After on the behalf of report, SQL Server tuner give a recommendation. Key DBA, you have to create an indexes, need to drop an indexes or create index like this way basically, like in the flow of column which we have passed in where clause or in joins. So it will recommend all the steps and along with the query. So these are two tools we can use for query tuning or query monitoring or performance monitoring, you can say that.
And why is it not doing right now?
Because we have provided only two I think 20 KB of data, but the basic requirement of this data is only minimum of 3 MB of file to analyze the workloads. This is a test server, so we don't have any workload here.
But there shouldn't be any minimum requirement. Maximum requirement is fine.
See here, space required in MB, we have in KB. That's why.
Okay, the minimum storage space required for
Yes. So see here
the.
the detail you have seen here. The table size is only in KB basically. Ta, ta, ta. Storage and see. So we have captured only 2 minutes of data. If you capture more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then we can get more data, and that is in MB. So it will,
Okay, then switch it on for
mhm.
half an hour and let it be on.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
Let's,
let's proceed with other things, and after half an hour, we'll check
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So I think we have to just post some queries here because we have to generate that data. Okay. So let's just start again. First, we have to stop this. It already stopped. Okay. Close this one. Let us tuning advisor. This is profiler. Okay. So it is a stop. We are going to create new trace. Okay. So start new trace, same database server. Okay. And we have to name that. Let's untitled 2. And we are going for tuning, not for standard. Going to save file in some server. Then we have a master. Let's save in different restore db. Okay, now see, good, good, good. Okay, and then we have to set timer for, let's see, 15 minute. Okay, 15 minute after. Yeah, okay. And next is, here we have to filter the database name, or we can, yeah, we just kept by basically on database name here. Okay, it's easy to analyze. Now we are going to put a database name as a filter. Okay, now its time is 16. Let's start on 17 at 17. Mm, yeah, okay, it will run till 8:32. Okay, let's close this one. I can keep this one here. And now we are going to drop this table. Drop table name, and the first one also. Okay, I think we don't have data. We can select and check that. W is not available. Okay, now we can create new one. Create table name, primary key with. Okay, now we're going to insert data. Oh, sorry. We can also thousands. So let where is. We can use this one also, student table. Inserting some row. Let's do some like this. So student table, this. Okay, more 10,000s. Yeah, let's start. Okay, we are generating some data. A student table. Okay, select count we have done. So we have a 10,000. Insert more data. Let's see.
And also, we can do this from other tools as well.
Here,
One command line tool you have told.
here it is CLI, na?
So we can do
SQL
all
Server.
these, all
Mhm.
these from that tool as well.
Yeah, SQL CMD we can call for that writing query or monitoring.
Yes.
So we can use SQL CMD basically to just pass how we can MySQL, na? SQL server name, user ID, password, and then you can do that.
No, I'm talking about one more tool. Just go on PPT. You said some TDS or some tool, huh?
Event extended events.
DTA.
That is data tuning advisor. Now we are using that for analysis profiler first, and then using DTA.
Okay, it is the same tool.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is capturing the
so
data. It is capturing
so
the trace files, and
mhm.
it is he is analyzing basically.
Okay, so can we do this DTA from command line as well?
No,
No, no.
basically
Okay,
I have not done anything because
okay,
you can have just call, but that I think I don't have any experience on that, or basically we not use that one.
okay.
Where you have to pass because you have to just pass server name, then you have to allocate file name, and then you have to just, uh, start working for that. But I have not seen that one. Okay, so we are here. We inserted data here. Okay, let's select count more than 1 lakh data here. Yeah, then we can select from different select uh,
Can you take break for 5-10 minutes?
yeah, we can take or
Yeah, yeah.
connect with 10
Meanwhile, the trace is going on. We can take.
yeah, 10:30 sorry, we can connect at 10. Okay, this is 9:51, so let's connect at 10 a.m. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, thank you.
We can start it.
Okay.
No, it's not it.
So I think Manu is left.
Let me check.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, I'm back.
Okay. So let's start. Okay. So I've seen here that we have not created too much size of that. We can that say that the table data inside this table. It is still about 40 KB, I think so. So I think we have to insert more data. Okay. Uh, for this, I think we can check at the end. Okay, but this is the process. Okay, we will make more transaction, insert some data. We'll do more activity on this databases, and then it will generate size in a database size in MB. So then we can.
Can you share your screen? Sorry, once.
Okay, sorry. I missed that. Yeah. Okay. I think screen visible to you all. So this is a stop on time. Basically, we have said that 15 minutes is the 8:32 basically. Okay, and now it is 8:38 p.m. and the size of table is still in KB basically. See here, master. We have created this untitled too, and the size of this table is this. Okay, only 48 rows. Okay, so it just so for DTA we can check later, but this how can we implement profile? I think you understand the process and the steps.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can see after some uh, other class like we have implemented log shipping and all, then we can in the end of yeah we can use this in a performance tuning also. Okay, in this performance tuning we will call this profiler and tuning advisor. Okay, and this okay in ninth class we can repeat this one also. Okay. Now next is extended events. Okay, so this is extended events. In extended events we have classes on event type or too many things. Basically, this is a very huge tool and too many options here. Let's go to the database server first, and then we can see extended events. We have to just enable here in here. Okay, in maintenance. Sorry, management. Minimize this. Okay, see here. This is extended events. This we have default session basically. See, always on health, system health, and telemetry extended events. We have already default. We have three type of monitoring sessions here, but we have not implemented always on. So this is stopped here. Now for our use, or we can say that requirement, we can create a new session uh, via wizard, or like we can click on the sessions and we can map that stats, but we are going step by step using wizard. Okay, So this is the window of we can say that extended events. This is about the introduction, what is extended events and all. Okay, sorry, it's provide about the application tuning, troubleshooting performance, and TLSQL performance analysis. So this tool help in performance tuning and all. Okay, like profiler and DTA. So it is a, we can say, replacement of that tool. This is not totally IO intensive, but it is better than profiler. So you can hit next here, and we have to name your session. So what we are going to capture, blocking, deadlock, or statement. So we can just write TSQL simple. We are going to see uh, TSQL for tuning purpose. It is schedule a start event at the server start. Means if system is restarted, then we can automatically the system is actually start capturing the data. So we can keep this, or we can just doing manually. So just hit next here. That is basically as per requirement we can do. So here is we have select template, or we can do not select the template. But if we are fresher, then we do not know which template we which mm, stat we have to collect. So basically we go to the via template only. So this see count of query log. See, we have too many things here, like profiler, evaluation, TSQL, whatever in the profiler. Now we see we get here also. We can do from here tuning, log, duration, SP transaction, standard statement basically. And here is query execution, track, sample, statics, query stats and all. So here also we are going to tune that queries. We're selecting the tuning. Okay, or we can select also SP completion, but we don't have any SP on this system. We'll just write that SP, and then we can monitor that one tuning. So we are just taking the default, or we are sample template from that extended events. Okay, so this is about that template. Okay, next. Now here we have to see RPC completion. By default is selected here, statement completion, and SQL batch completion, whatever we are seeing in that profiler basically. See, same events we are going to capture here, because extended event is a replacement of profiler. In future, I think it will profiler will deprecate it from Microsoft package. Or we can also select from here if you want to add on more thing, logs. So we can see whatever we are blocking reports, we can select here, and we can see the reports, but it's different stats. So we'll see it in performance tuning. Okay, now we have option to hit next here, and here's a filter basically. Whatever doing filter in that profiler, na, too many filters here. So database ID, you will select on database ID or database name, and we can say that if you want some plan or something, so this is different. You can take query id, query hash, if you want to use that query hash in query plan to force. So we can check that request id also. We can take plan and process id. By default I think I'll take that one. Session id we have, so we cannot take that one also. Instance name we can select if required for reporting purpose. CPU ID not required. Yeah. Client application name, basically from which application we are getting. Client host name we can select if required. So this is for blocking and all. We can take which client is blocking which sessions and all. So these are the filter option basically here. Global filter option. So here we can also write here conditions based on our. Okay, we can add. So okay, add, and here we have to just pass the operators and all, on which basis we are going to filter and all. Session id, username, transaction id, if we know that, domain name, request id, query hash, NT users. So these are the things here. Server ID or database ID we can pass if required. Database name equal to, and then value we can pass here. Database name. So database name we have, we can say that same name we can pass this one. Yeah. Ta, 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 ta. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah. This need to be delete. Okay. We are using this one from data as well. Yeah. This is a filter. Okay. We can do or we cannot do filter. Okay. We can just uncheck this one. So we have capturing these events. Okay. Next. Now this is about the storage where we are in profiler. We are keeping that in trace file or any table. Okay. Here we can also do that about that we have to keep this a file or trace file, or we can check that data collection size and all. Okay, so we are going for file, and this is a file name. Okay, or we can browse or save anywhere. Okay, that .trs file, sorry, excel file extension. Okay, and in C drive we have permission. Okay, so we can see that x event, we can say that, or we can like as write like as event. Okay, x event, this is a file name, this is extension. Hit okay, and now it is a limitations of file. We can set 1 GB, more than not more than that number of files we can create in 1 GB. Okay, till 1 GB basically. So 20 200 200 MB of file it will create. Or we can use ring buffer. Okay, target is ring buffer in memory basically, we can say that. So after restart we will not get the data in if you are keeping in ring buffer. So we are going to keep this data in this location. Yes. Hit next. And here's the settings basically. See, template, event capture, global settings, what we have checked here, filter we have taken on database level, and this is a file event ID file package 01. Yeah, like a start with this. And location is C, I think C drive. Yeah, you can generate a script from here if you want. For future reference, you can click script and save anywhere. Okay, just click. Yeah, this one. So create event session, and like that you can modify that and use that one. Extended events. Now we have to stop this
This also
profile.
we are creating for certain duration. No?
This is not. This is for file size. This is based on file size. See here. Go to the previous window. See, it is based on file size.
No, it's maximum file size. Enable
Yeah.
file. It will start rollover after 1 GB.
Mm.
But is there any? Uh, we need to start and stop. Go back and see.
Yeah. I'm showing that this is after implementing. There's a
Okay.
manual way. Yeah, I'm showing that there's a different window we can get here. Here, like see, SQL Server, and wait, we can get our session here. So we can just right click, start and stop this. We can get option here, or we can
Okay.
live watch. Okay,
Okay.
so after finishing this we can get option. Okay, so we have just created a template how we are going to capture our data, where we have to store the data for the future reference and all. Okay, so hit next and then finish. So we have just created this monitor only. Okay, here's the option start immediately after this creation, or we can use that after some time. We can right click and start manually. So we can start automatically, then click this one, else we can close and restart manually. Okay, so just I'm stopping it this here, close. This is done. Let's refresh. We created TSQL. See, it is in stop mode. Okay, and we can see all the package here. Sorry, package name, file name, and we will just start here. Create session, start session. Sorry. Okay, after starting, we can watch live because we don't have any data currently. Okay, so start session. Oh, okay, it's not creating the file on root directory C drive. Okay, but it's a system admin. Okay, let modify. Go to the properties and data storage, and need to delete or modify. Not option here. Basically, we can remove that and we can add file here where we have to capture. So we have a storage type here. See, okay, event file histogram parallel ring buffer. So we are going for the event file. Okay, and then need to provide the path. So in C drive it is not getting this one. Great. Let's we have to just delete. And now in C drive we have permission on this folder, and then file name we can say X event. Okay, okay, rollover file enable. Okay, or we can not make this rollover. Okay, till 1 GB it will complete. Okay, can fix this. Advanced settings here. So this is a latency of 30 seconds. It will capturing data. Okay, multi event loss, a single event loss, multiple event loss. So we depend on how we are going to lose the data, which means we can say never no event loss. We can recommend that. Okay, but it's not recommended because it will use that system utilization more. So we can go for a single event loss only. Okay, and we can distribute the load and partition on CPU and node here. Maximum size of file 4 MB. Okay, sorry, memory max memory size is 4 MB allocated to this activity. We can assign more if required, but it will work fine on 4 MB. Okay, retention period or latency is 30 seconds. We can minimize that 25 or 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds it will capture every data. Okay, so this is for monitoring tool. They are capturing every 5 seconds. Okay, every 5 second of data. So let's uh, minimize at 5. Okay, I think done. Storage is done. Event we have selected already. General. Okay, now hit OK. Now we have permission, so we can start from here. So it is started. See, it's green. Okay, now it is capturing the data. If you want to see, just view the target data using PowerShell, or you can also export in the reports. But let's see the live here. We can watch for the live data. It is storing, and you can also see the live data here. Just click. Okay, and let's start something from backend. Delete that. Delete. So it will capture all the data start, or we can see here. Oh, okay. The detail about it. The batch completion. Okay. The value, batch text, CPU, database ID, database name. We provide the data file name on filter that, duration in milliseconds, process ID, request ID is 0, result okay, row count 1, instance name, principal instance name, and session ID. Okay, these are things we can get in live. Okay, for that batch completion, let's fire some query. Let's start from here. A student 20. Now we have to insert into 20 and we'll select 20. Okay, so not required till time. We can just create this one. Okay, see, create 20 Here we are capturing live. So we inserted, I think, 1 lakh of data in the student 20 table. Now we can select a student name, or we can say that, yeah, a student name, age from student 20, where age is equal to, let's see, it's 12 now. We can say that 50, 20, okay. But I think it will not populate this data. Let's see. Okay, no data because we have passed 12 here. And we can check order by a student name, DSC. Okay, a student is, okay, yeah, order by DSC, sorry. Yeah, and we can take here top 20. Yes. Okay, so we made two main settings here. Yeah, so entry here, 70 event displayed. Okay, so we can select. So let's select here, select a student 20 ordered by student name. Yeah. So we can capture live data, or you can see here, or you can also check in future. Okay, if we are going to save in this file, okay, we can extract and you can check the reports like this. See, just have to click that one manually and you can check that data. But in ring buffer, after the start, it will deleted. Okay, so sorry, this is about extended events. It is a replacement of profiler basically. It will be deprecate in next couple of years or maybe next version of SQL Server. So any
Wh-
question
Which
for
is the latest? Which is the latest tool out of this profiler or the extended events?
extended events? Profiler introduced in 2005. Sorry, 2000. Yeah, 2005. Yeah. In 2000, we have a query analyzer, just query analyzer or enterprise SQL Server enterprise, yeah, tool. But into after 2005, we get that profiler and DTA. Yeah. So these are the tools, the GUI tool, which help us in tuning the queries, basically, or fine tuning of the servers. So we get all the stats and we analyze that and think on that along with the best practices and implement on the database servers for query tuning and fine tuning. So these we have seen, that is profiler and all. Okay, now it's time to see by using that queries, basically TSQL and all. Okay, because we have seen all the GUI tool basically in SQL Server. If you want to monitor agents, okay, let's complete this one also. So we can monitor agents from job activity monitor. We have a server level server activity monitor, see here. Okay, and for the jobs we have a job activity monitor. So we can see on the right click on the job activity monitor, view job activity. So we get the job details here. Enabled, status, last run, next run, category, runnable, schedule, category. Schedule, yes, no means not schedule, means on demand run. Okay. So this is about we can say that job activity monitor. We can monitor job from here. Which what are the jobs running, failed, and last run means about the history of the jobs basically, all jobs. Or you can also see from that query part. We'll see later. We start from the query. Okay, there is a job table in MSDB. Okay, job history table. So I have captured all the GUI tool of SQL Server for monitoring purpose or fine tuning or query tuning. Any questions so far? Then we can discuss and then we can go further for query level monitoring. We have to just use the DMV, system views, system functions, system procedures in that, and then we can get a data and we can do analysis on that data and then we implement required change. So any question on GUI tools? Silent means no.
Uh,
No, it's
Actually, our
Yeah,
general
yeah.
requirement is to
Mhm.
optimize the queries, find
Yes,
the queries with high IO or high CPU, and
yes,
then
yes. Yeah,
optimize the queries, tune the queries. That
yeah.
is our
Okay. So we have a
requirement.
GUI tool. So in GUI tool, we can also see that high IO based average you see here, top cursor sessions, okay, and memory consumption and CPU utilization here. Okay, top queries by CPU, total IO. You can see
And these
from
are
here.
live queries, no?
Yes.
Not the
See,
historical queries.
historical, we can see that also, but
Okay.
we get in top basically. Okay, we get
Top is
the
fine. Huh?
yeah. See logical IO, sorry, logical IO and average here is two graph basically total logical IO and average logical IO. Okay, and we have a query. See, so this is a system query. We cannot do anything in that. This is for
And what is the duration of this?
duration. This is but no, this is for logical read basically. How it is logical
No,
read duration.
duration means that what time duration it is finding the top five or top IO queries.
Yeah,
Or
basically when we fire not till time. Basically when we pay the report na till
Mhm.
time before that yeah till time we can get that the top logical IO query
Till
simple.
time starting with the last instance restart.
Yes, last is restart. So see you can get this. You can see the time of this. Go to the 10th number.
Can we change the duration like if we get complained that last 1 hour there was a load or last night
So
there is
this
a
is a
load? So
static report basically that is designed by Microsoft. Okay,
okay,
see
okay,
this is default report. If we want, then we can go use the DMB basically. Okay, this is display
okay,
from the DMB only. This is a graphical design basically
okay,
reports.
okay. Yeah,
But we can
let's
use
proceed.
that.
Ha,
Yeah,
ha, ha, yeah. We'll
we
see
have
that.
a query. We can just hit that and we can check that last 2 hours, last 3 hours, or top 10. Okay, we can collect that data basically. Okay, so this is developed by Microsoft and this is totally hard coded. We cannot filter in that report basically. This a static report basically. Don't have any filter here. So this is about that IO and we can see also about that we can say that CPU utilization. Okay, so the system is totally ideal, so we do not get any data. See, okay, this is about that we have implemented that extended events, so that data inside that running. Okay, capturing the data and all. See about the insert query, we have inserted some rows here. See on the student table, so it is here. Average CPU, total logical IO, and average IO, and that number of rows written by that transaction. So these are two reports basically for that total query. We can see from that report, standard reports basically. Okay. Now, okay. Any else question on that GUI part, GUI monitoring tool? No, 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 not
No, we
here.
can move it.
Okay. So we are going to use this query file. Uh, yes. So we have called too many DMV inside this. We can say that document. So we are starting from the first. We are going. This is command line. Okay. So let's close all these things. Mm, close. Close. Okay. Now refresh. So I'm starting from basic. Basically, when we log into system, what we check basically. Okay. And then we go with that the end of all. Okay. So we have a query. So first we check this is a procedure. Sorry, SP who to. Okay. So it is about what now what how many number of connections active or inactive on the server first. Okay. See, we have already seen that query stats, basically the mode of query, sleeping, running, runnable. Okay. So all the transactions basically sleeping except this one, 53. See, we are 53. So this is our connection. SPID or request ID. You can set it here. SPID 53. Rest all is in sleeping mode. This is for connection monitoring. Okay. We can also pass here active only. Okay. So it will show only active connections. 1 to 55. Okay, one SPID 1 to 50, sorry, 1 to 50 is system IDs. Okay, see all the system IDs running on master databases, or we can set it MSDB. Okay, and background processes on that master DB. Okay, but after 50, 51, 52, 53, this is a user connection, so user SPID. So our is 53. See here, it is showing only active. Rest all is hidden here because we have passed here parameter as active. Okay, if you use this one only, we can get sleeping transaction also. Yeah, sleeping. So this is the first one. Okay. Second one about the databases. SP help DB. Okay. DB. So in SP help DB, you get database name, database size, database stats, database owner, and all. See. Okay. And recovery model too here. Collation and all. See. This about database DB. Next is about log file. Okay. So going to this is dbcc command, SQL perf log space. We can get log file size, used percentage, okay, or a status. So this is a database name, log size in MB, and percentage, size in percentage basically used. Next is about the disk, XP under fixed drive. Sorry, fixed drive. It's not detecting why. XP fixed drive. XP underscore fixed. Oh, fixed drives. Yeah. So it is our free space in drive basically in MB it will show. This is only a C drive we have. So we are getting only C drive details. See, about 67 GB. You can divide this and yeah. Next, select star from sys dot sys processes. Okay. So this will help in CPU utilization basically, and we get most of the thing for performance. Okay, like see, wait time, wait resource, last wait type, where the query is waited. Okay, and we just pass here because we are focusing on CPU. So order by CPU by default ascending. Okay, so we're not writing ascending here. Hmm? Where is CPU? 0. So ascending, or just if you are going to see that top one, we can just pass here descending. Okay, so like this. Yeah. So this is lazy writer and sleeping. Okay, it has taken more CPU than other users. So if we have any transaction from application, see this is the background. Okay, status is background, open or not. So it is not open. This is closed. Okay, last time run, last batch run, physical IO, DB ID. This is 0 means resource DB. Okay, this is on resource DB. 0 means one month master. DB ID. One is master. I think it's not showing here database name. We can make a join and we can see that. Or here we can see other any database name. No. We can make up. We have to make a join between sys processes and sys databases, so we can get the database name also. So 0 means resource DB, 1 means master DB, 4 is temporary DB, temp DB, and then 5 is user database. I can see if any 5 ID. Not this is 7. I think different one. Okay, different database. 7 is which one? Resource. Sorry, reporting DB. I think so. Report DB we have. Let's see the database ID first. Okay, select star from sys dot databases. Sys dot sorry databases. Take this one. So 7 is report we see here. Okay, so we have to just check one time because we don't remember the user databases and other database ID. Then we have some confusion here by seeing that sys processes report. Okay, or data. So 0 is resource DB, 1 is master, and yeah, and 7 is reporting server. Okay, we have not user DB here. Okay, if you find any transaction on user DB, then we can see here also that. Let's see, I'm using let's file. Okay, and select.
If master DB, any process is taking high CPU, what
Yes.
what needs to be done?
Basically for master is a system query, so we cannot kill that session also. Okay, so we have to
Hmm.
just wait for that, but basically it will not taking time because it will collecting the stats from the all the database stats basically, which is ongoing transactions basically. So it will doing in background basically. So maybe 99% I don't think so. I'm not seen anywhere. It's master will be taking time without any end user doing any transaction in master. Like they have sending some reports or generating some uh, temporary reports and keeping in master databases. Okay, because system DB writing every second, every 2 or 3 seconds of data. Okay, like logins details, transaction details, CPU utilization, memory utilization, whatever the report we have. Okay, so we cannot think that master DB takes more CPU and memory on the system. No. From DB side, no, I've not seen that. In case, then we have to check what are the different user tables created in master databases. If anyone create a report or something like that and mapping to the master databases by mistake, then maybe happen. This is a user
By default, they will not have access, right, to
no,
master.
no, by default not. Maybe I'm a DBA. Okay, I'm done my mistake. I'm done mistake that I'm just fetching a trace file in master databases. So it will be using master DB. So it will showing in the report master DB. So it is user because user mistakes, or we can say that human error, just like that. So just we have to explore that master databases, and just we have to see that any user table or any objects is here or not. See, this is totally read only mode. Okay, we are not going to write anything in system table. See, this we have created because we have using a trace. So this is a bad practice basically. This is created by mistake. We have just create this trace file in different user databases basically, because it will show master DB. We are writing some data in this table on master database. So in this case, maybe sometimes we get a hit or CPU utilization utilization high on master DB because we have done the wrong here. See, by the we cannot edit that any master DB tables and procedure and all. So user table, if we created user table in master databases and inserting some data, inserting bulk in doing bulk operations, then in that cases, master DB utilization is very high, and we get that master DB utilization CPU utilization very high. So we can just explore that databases and we see that any other table or view or function created in master databases that is using frequently by any application or any temporary activities. So basically that is bad practice, but we are a human. Sometimes we make mistakes and we do, but yeah, we have to just think about that. There's no chance that MasterDB will consume or use high memory and CPU for their own activities and yeah, task. So I'm just writing here one statement for user databases in SP processes. Okay, sys process. So we have a date table, a student, I think, created a student. Yeah, let's hit. Okay, done. Let's execute this one. I think it's completed. So I think we will get, yeah, see here. 61. See, that is 61. Okay. And we do not get any wait type because the task is already completed and it is done in very few seconds. Okay. Or millisecond, we can say that. So this is the ID which I used to select 20 data from 20 tables, student 20 tables. So that way we can also monitor all the basically resources from here also, like physical IO and CPU. And we can also see last login, last batch run when. Okay. The start of this query also running, runnable, background, waiting. So here this is the main focus for tuning part, which wait type allocated to these transactions basically. CS packet, page IO latches very frequently you come, and we can say that yeah, LC lock memory. Okay, LCM SH. So these are this type of locks in SQL Server we'll see in performance tuning class. Okay, what are different type of locks type and weight types basically. See, I can show you the sample weight type in which weight type. Yeah, see, too many weight type in SQL are basically very frequently used. These are, see, very frequently we see sync IO completion for network, that is for disk storage, SAN storage, backup IO, backup writing on the disk, CS packet for CPU, IO completion on the disk, latch for we can say that uh, memory, and page IO for that we can say that reading data from the disk. We don't have any buffer. Resource semaphore, that is about memory, and log writer for background writer, basically writing data in the background. So we have very frequently see this weight type in SQL Server. So basically we get CS packet, it will remove if we enable MDOP. Okay, we will not see any more after enabling MDOP, max degree of parallelism. But latch, IO latches, we will face many times because the buffer is full. Then SQL Server going to that read the data from the disk only. So we will get this type of weight type in weight column. very frequently used in SQL Server. Okay, we'll see in that performance tuning class all the weights. Okay, I've listed out all these more than, yeah, we have. Okay, I will show you all that in that performance tuning class. Okay, and the next is so we have focused on weight type, DBID, CPU, and physical IO, and then stats and open transactions. It is open or closed basically. So already closed, activity is completed. Okay. Next, after that, very frequently we use select star. Sorry, no, 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 no. What happened? There is CPU is very high. I think my system is. Oh, oh, okay. Okay, it's getting down. Okay. So select a star from sys.dm. This is DMB. Okay, DM means dynamic management, or we are not writing anything. We are not passing any parameter. This is view. If we are going to pass any parameter, then it is function. I'll show you the difference between view and function. Okay, so we are calling here that database management view, that is sys.dm underscore exe execute underscore request. Okay, so we use very frequent this because we will get elapsed time and wait type and how much this transaction is completed. Basically, when we fire backup, okay, and we try to calculate the time, how much it will take from after initiating or executing this backup activity. So this will show us, give us the output like this will take 5 minutes, 10 seconds, 40% completion. We can get in this DMB basically. Okay. Okay, and also command basically. So let's see here, and now we can find that some very frequent session ID like command, elapsed time, total elapsed time, percent completion. Okay, or you can also select wait type, wait underscore type. Okay, next, not necessary, we are not going to select handle and all. We can also take command here, command also here. A status also we can check that before command SPID and status. Yeah, rest is not more useful. Okay, yeah, mostly is null. So percent completion is 0. See, because we have not performed any activity that is waiting or taking long time. And we can also provide the SPID if we are doing for particular SPID, searching for particular SPID. So for this, we can show any backup task will take, or we can say that, yeah, let's see. Uh, uh, with command, we can say from here, backup database name, data file to disk, and then path. Let's copy this path. Then table database name, or we can say the backup name. So db file dot bak close with no. Okay, here we can Write that waiting for, sorry. Oh, delay or wait for. We can set a delay for 0.5 minutes, I think so. And then go. Oh, 0.05, sorry, 5 minutes. Let's parse this query. Is it right or wrong? Wrong. Syntax near for. Okay. Right. Delay for 5 seconds.
Extension is wrong.
Yeah, maybe. I think.
BAK, right? BA, not BACK.
Okay. But is it showing is the error is for? No, I think delay keyword is
What
not
is
taking.
N to disk? What is that N is before C drive?
N means we are providing network path, like, okay, it will treat as a network path. Okay, this is a parameter. So I think problem is delay what? Wait for, I think waiting or delay for. Wait for, I think. Wait for in SQL Server. I think so. Wait for. Oh, that is one word. Wait for. Sorry. This is wait for. So it will wait for 5 minutes and then it will execute. I think parse. No, incorrect syntax near this. No, syntax is wait for. We can pass delay. That's an example. Wait for time. Okay, wait for delay. 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 hours. So I think now, okay, parse. Yes, now next syntax this. So backup database name to disk and this disk. So yeah, now it's good, looking fine. Yes. So this transaction wait for 5 minutes to start backup. Okay, till it on server landing on the server only. Okay, I'm just showing this waiting for 5 minutes. Okay, just execute. Okay, and now we'll see the process. And this ID is 61. Okay, or request IDs. Okay, where session ID is 61. Now let's see this only 61 session ID. See. So it is the command is waiting for executing. This is suspended because it is not allocated any resource because this command not properly going to the worker. Okay, worker is not assigned here. This is in suspended mode, not runnable or not running or not in sleeping mode because it's not completed. 0% completion means backup is not started yet. Okay, so after 5 minutes it will start taking backup. Okay, so it started 29. I think so. Start time is, you can see from this also 5 ID, sorry, 61. Okay, where SPID to 61. Okay, so this last wait type is waiting for this command. Okay, CPU 16, database ID is 5. Okay, memory uses I think 5 MB. Yeah, Status is suspended. Get all the logins details and all. SQL handler context. And a start time, logging time is 1914. The previous one. Last batch execution in 29. Okay. So after 5 minutes and 34, I think. 9:34 backup. We'll start here. 9:34. Being till time, we have to just monitor both. This is 9:32. Let's wait for 2 minutes. So we can see here the percent completion and the wait time will be wait type will be changed. 32, 32. Yeah. We can also check this command also for this activity sp who to active. Okay. Copy this, paste here. We can see. Oh, sorry. Mhm. 33. Okay. So see this. This is data file database waiting for here also 33, 33. Net not sorry. Should be executing. Yes. 39, 38. Okay. So after that 39. So 29, 38, 34. This is hour and this is minute. Okay. $34. Yeah. This is completed. But here we have seen. Let's see. Where is that? Completion. Oh, very fast. We're not seeing that the last wait type is miscellaneous, calling miscellaneous. Okay. So we have just monitoring like that. We will, if the size of database is very huge, then we wait for, and we can get the completion, percentage completion, elapsed time, and the next wait time, that is IO or something like that, or command, that is backup database name. So this is about that SP, so DMB sys.exe request. Okay. And now we are going to see about missing indexes or profiler base life expectancy. So we can select that command here. We need to go with the this one. Sorry, where is that? Yeah, base life expectancy. Just we have to click this. We are selecting from server buffer basically. Okay, and we have used wildcard like operator here and select for page life expectancy. So the best practice is it should be more than 300 seconds. So it is in thousand. Yeah, 2,59,000 seconds. Okay. So it is best basically. Okay. Or the best practices we can say that If you allocated memory na, so you have to just multiply by we can say that 100 basically. If we have a 8 GB, so we have a 800 8 sorry 8000 second here. Minimum maximum basically, best is that we have 8000 second. If below than 300, uh, 300 second means there is a memory latch or lack of memory, we can say that. Memory, yeah. So basically
So
page latch expect.
what is
Mhm.
this parameter mean? This is like to utilize more memory instead of disk.
Yes, data in buffer basically. When we go to performance tuning now, we see SQL Server, any audience check data in memory first for
Hmm.
fast retrieval of data. So if data is not residing in the memory, means every time memory is getting flushed.
Now,
Buffer cache and all.
do we set it explicitly or based on the memory? Let's say 8 GB on the server for the SQL, it
Mhm.
will automatically calculate this value.
Basically this is not, yeah, this is by default. This is, it will check that basically our what is LRU basically. Okay, so based on LRU it is checking that we have made a transaction, we are selecting some data XYZ. So it should be a stay in we can say that memory till 900 second or 500 seconds in the memory, if we are not frequently modifying the data in the memory. If we are modifying more data in the memory, means every 60 second or 90 second it will flushing the data based on memory utilization. So just like we can say that we have to say that lock pages in memory. So lock pages in memory enable, when we enable that, it will locking the data or data pages in the memory for the fast retrieval in buffer pool. Data we can say data cache, yeah, and plan in the plan cache. So the optimizer take that plan or take the data from that buffer manager sub part basically. That is memory buffer manager divided into three parts, like the plan cache, data cache, and we can say that last one is missing that name. Plan cache, data cache, and one is uh,
Buffer cache, no?
yeah, buffer cache. Let's see the architecture here. I'm missing that query. Architecture is the end, I think so. Yeah, buffer pool. Sorry. So log pages memory about this buffer manager. Okay, how much data residing in the memory basically? More than 3 second, 300 second, or less than that? Means less than that means we are doing too much data changes modification in the memory, and
No,
it is occupied with
it is about how much data, or it is what it is about the for time, how much time it retains there.
how much retained here basically. If we have less memory location, let's see we have a 8 GB of memory. Okay, we have allocated 4 GB of SQL Server memory. Okay, so memory divided into many things, like buffer pool SQL Server buffer pool divide memory to the connections, to that backup jobs, SQL Server agents. So that 4 GB divided into multiple connections basically. So rest the amount in the buffer, which is capturing the data that is called from disk to the memory after starting the system, or if you are not clear the buffer basically. So the best practice means we can say that how much data is residing in the memory. If it is not residing in the memory, means there's a lack of memory. We have to just assign some memory, or just we have to tune that queries to execute fast or retrieve data. That's it.
And how can we cache the data?
Yes, the
What
right
is the
question.
command?
Yes, we have to just enable that. We can say that two features, one from Windows side, yeah, both from the Windows side. We have to just enable virtual memory for caching data on the disk in the memory basically. So we can allocate that more than 1.5 times of physical memory. So it will help us to capturing data in the memory.
And is there any separate license required apart from
No,
enterprise
nothing,
license?
nothing, 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 nothing. That is, it is used in uh, free version, evaluation version, whatever you are using.
And how can we cache the plans? I mean the SQLs.
Yeah, all we have a plan cache. There's a plan cache in that we are getting all that plan cached or query hash. Okay, so
Okay.
mhm. Yeah, we have
So,
all these things.
can we pin some queries in the plan cache?
Yeah, we can pin. There's a query hint. We have a query store new feature in SQL Server, so we can go and force that to the use this query hint or query plan to that query. We can
No,
also write a
not
command.
not hint. I'm talking about if we have some SQL ID and we want to just pin the same plan in the memory so that each time if it gets the query, it does not
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm
create the
just saying.
execution plan.
Yeah, just that is we can do from that query store. This is a new feature introduced in 2016. That is a query store in which we have to select the ID and the plan. We can just force that plan to that ID. This is a different tool basically.
Okay, and that is
Yeah,
also free.
yeah, that is also free. In SQL Server, you are getting all the free, all the tools except that features in the sense like security features, high availability features. So there's some difference between features in standard edition and enterprise edition. In the enterprise you get all these things in as a free version evaluation or developer, but in the standard edition we have a restriction of some memory, some CPU, and we can say that high abilities, it is restricted in a standard edition because you
Okay,
cannot make multiple replicas in enterprise edition.
okay. So tell the command to pin the data cache.
Basically, we don't use that command, but we have a query store basically. I will show
Query
you that
store is
in,
fine. Uh-huh.
yeah, in query store we have to just enable that query store, and then we can
So
use
you
that.
will tell query store later.
Yeah, yeah, this is a part of tuning part. See, query
Okay,
store,
fine then.
this is
Huh.
a part of query store. Sorry, yes, performance tuning. In this we can use that one in performance tuning optimization. Query store, query hint. We can also force to use the indexes, which index needs to using this transaction and all. We can just force that one.
Yeah, we'll see that then only. Huh.
Yeah, yeah. We have also a live query. We can see that we can say that live query. For that you can right click and you see here that is live. See, live statics of this transaction. So we can see all that. How can we monitor that query plan and actual estimated plan, and then we can force that also. See, display estimated plan. So it is a part of performance tuning. So we'll see in that. Currently we are doing monitoring only. So how can you
Okay,
monitor which process and ID? That's why we are not, I'm not going to touch that one. This is a separate class for that. Okay.
fine.
Yeah. So the best practice is Microsoft recommend minimum 300 second should be ideal as per recommendation. But there's a calculation that we have a RAM, means 4 GB to the SQL server. So multiply by 100, then that is a we can say the ideal or best uh, page life expectancy is 4000 second. Simple. Okay, we will
And
see in
this
mhm.
latency is a customer, like we can modify this, or this is managed by the
No,
system.
this is basically it will show us by default. This is system customized, not our customization, but it will show
Okay,
that if
system.
it is 90 second, this will show in 90 second here. Means we need to think about the query, which query is eating up all the memories, sorry, buffer manager and all.
Okay,
Yeah. So this is about performance basically. So you can see the performance. Okay. By the query, you can check that one. Also, we have seen that performance monitor, Windows monitor. Also, we see that. Okay. And next we are not going to see this one, plan procedure cache. This is part of performance tuning. Deadlock, you can see that. Okay.
can you share these queries?
Yeah, all totally
Okay,
I will share it. Yeah, this is a part of procedure. Basically, I've created a report for automations. So this
okay,
is a procedure. See here, this is a procedure. Okay, we are keeping it temporary, and it will So in dashboards basically, okay, free page spaces and all. So there are 12 matrix in that procedure. We have called 12 matrix in that. This is called C memory utilization of database server. So it create a procedure here. We create a temporary table, inserting some data and visualizing on dashboards. Okay, or we can just we can see at once if all things. I think we'll get error about the time and frame. We have to just create other different things. User connections, deadlock, read write per second, and yeah, copy. And let's using this system. Ta, 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 ta. Let's see it is working here or not. Let's select this is on master basically. Done. And
Gopal, you had query about page life. I interrupted. No? Is it sorted?
our physical byte is
No,
not
no.
running.
I was thinking that parameter, is it that if it's a 8 GB memory we allocate, so is it on like this is how much is in the buffer manager it will keep, so that always data is getting selected from the memory, not from disk. But that value is in seconds. So seconds means it is saying about the time. So how long it will remain there. Is that the
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. That it will use ELRU basically, na?
hmm.
So if yeah, that is yeah. So it will check that if you executed these transactions, it will hold for a second. Still, that is we have a free space on the server, memory on the server basically. Okay.
Yeah, because I think if it is very less, then it is bad. It is performing bad, and we need to
Yes,
identify
yes, yes. We need to verify. For this, we are monitoring page life
which is
expectancy.
pulling huge amount of data and na,
See,
putting
it
it
is
here. We need
see,
to,
yes,
you know,
name is
check.
page life
Mhm,
expectancy. Means how long pages is hiding in the buffer.
mhm,
If you call data pages from that disk for reading some data, so how long is it staying in the memory? Simple.
mhm,
If it is deleting after from
So
the memory
so
very
if
frequent. Yeah.
if example the parameter value is 3 minutes, if a
Mhm.
particular page is not being accessed in 3 minutes, it's gonna flush it out.
Yes, flush it out, and then when we fire that different transaction and it's calling the same pages, it will take
Uh,
time. Means it is increase the IO basically.
but it all depends on the other queries. No? If
Yes,
there are
simple.
huge queries going on, so it will remove this before that 90 second or 300 seconds
Yeah, basically it is a minimum value.
based on
Basically,
LRU. Huh? You know, it
yes,
will just.
but we can means this is showing that this is a minimum threshold. If it is going down below 300, means very bad server performance regarding the memory. If it is very
so
high,
to
means
improve that, what we have to increase is this parameter we have to increase, or we have to increase the memory.
yes,
No,
good question.
we can increase the memory, or we can check the query which is actually
Yes, being a DBA,
uh,
we
ge-
cannot ask server team to increase memory every time.
No, no,
yeah.
if it is less than 300, what should be our action? We need to increase the
Yes,
memory, or we need to do some other fix.
yes, other fix basically. Being a DBA, we are going to do other fix. We are not asking server team to increase the memory because we need to check the server configuration how it is configured. Is it by running on by default, or we have customized or your team as per the best practices. Best practices means we have to enable some features or some component from the server side, from the SQL server side, and then we have to calculate. Like for page life expectancy, we have a two matrix need to be enabled from the Windows side, like we can set a virtual memory, and second thing is lock pages in memory. This is a group policy. I will show in performance tuning class, but let's example for now. We are not going to change, but I'll show you how can you go there. So go to the run, then we have a GP edit, MSC, and there is a component on that Windows side. This is the first step basically. This is a best practice, a server side tuning. Okay. Security settings. Then we have a local policy. In local policy, user rights. and then here we find lock pages in memory. We are locking. See, this is not enabled yet. Means we are forcing SQL Server to lock data pages in memory, or we allocate more space to capture or holding the data in the memory. So that will be a 1.5 times of physical memory, not a SQL Server memory. If we have a 8 GB and we have allocated SQL Server 6 GB, so that will not work on 6 GB. That will do on additional, that is from Windows. It will write data on disk in the backend basically, but it will be in memory. So that is a part of server side tuning. We have to enable this one. And the second one is, I'll show you here, but I'm not going to change because it's a part of performance tuning. We'll do a step by step. Okay. So open the SQL Server, Windows properties, then advanced settings. Then we have advanced setting, then settings. In we have advanced, and then we have a virtual memory. See here, and we have to enable this. So we will create a page file. This is known as page file size. ठीक है, paging nation जिसको we can say that. Okay, so it we can assign 1.5 types of physical memory. We have 4 GB, sorry, 68 GB, sorry, we have 8 GB I think. Okay, so 8 GB means we can allocate max 12 GB of a space here as a virtual memory. So we cannot get low memory on server or our data pages loaded in memory for long time. These are two steps to keeping this page life expectancy value very high, more than 300, 500, or in thousands basically. See, in our server we are getting more because we have not many transactions, no many transactions. See, 2 lakhs 59,000 seconds, because we are not using any memory. We are not modifying data. We are not too much reading the data from disk, memory, modifying the data in the memory basically. So this is very high. So on this server, application will perform very fast, very smooth. So we need to change two things here. See, first we have virtual memory, second is log pages memory. These two settings for this page life expectancy only. After implementing this, still we are getting this value below 300. Then we have to think about the query plan, query flow, query parameters, or we can say how we are using the we can say the query, calling the query columns and all, or in a joins basically. This is along with the best practice. So that part come into query tuning part after this implementing both features, and we can say that matrix enable. You got my point, Manu and Gopal?
Yeah, yeah.
So the let's say a scenario, just this is we are getting this value is 299 or 290. Okay, so there is a memory problem. Okay, so just we have to just focus on these two settings first. This is implemented properly, then we have to just find, we can say that we have to just find the query that is eating up the memory. So we have to just select top IO queries. So we just take the query and that plan and that flow. There is a missing. They are going to scan the indexes or not checking the indexes. So we have to just create index according to that query flow or query execution plan. So like that, we can say that we can select this one, and let's see an example. We are going to see the estimated plan. Okay, see here. This is system procedure, system tables. So we are not getting too much costing here. See, if this is a filter here, so we have to think about that column which is called in a filter where clause and all. So this is a part of performance tuning, different one. In the other class we can see all the stats or all the name and functions we in that plan and all. The third step is just we have to look into the query. So if there is a index missing, we get here one green line that will recommend us there is a need to create cluster index and the query in the sense create index name and the column in on which we have to create the indexes. So we get here one pop up, or we can say the green line top of this query in the estimated query plan. And we have also actual plan and live query stats. So we can use live for that, but this is totally both is totally IO intensive. So we can very frequent, not using very frequently, but yeah, if necessary, then we can try once in a day, or we can set it a week, but not frequently. Frequently we use that estimated plan only, and we work on that. We can get recommendation here, that is we need to create indexes or need to drop an index it is not using properly or missing the indexes. After we can write a query and we pass the query hint to use the indexes with the option.
Kalvish, I need 10 minutes break. Something, I'll be back.
Okay, so let's wait for 10 minutes. We'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Can you start?
Yeah, I'm back. We can start now. Okay,
What about Manu?
check.
Yeah.
One second, I'm calling.
Okay.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. So we can start. Okay. So we are where we are. We are on baseless expectancy. Okay. So I was just customizing this procedure basically. So my physical memory in KB now. Okay. Just need to modify. Not in. That is KB. Is very old procedure basically. So that's why the name is changed. And from now it will work. Yeah. So alter procedure name now. Okay. Let's see this procedure first. Yeah. Okay. Got it. All these things. So I have just created this in 2011. Okay. Very old, more than 12 years ago. For my dashboard, basically, I'm visualizing this data on that reporting using reporting services on dashboard basically. So we see that daytime cache hit ratio, total RAM used by total RAM on server. I'm thinking it is converting in TB, I think. Okay. SQL Server, procedure cache here. Okay, page life expectancy here, number of connect user connections, deadlock, read write per second, or yeah, so total read write per second, or total connection sessions on the servers. So I've created like this, and we have also about that disk space and all. So I will show this on in 9 day of class. Okay, in full detail. Okay, how can we create and customize this procedure and visualize this report. Okay, it is using all these things. So it will show you in single click from all the servers. We give the list of the servers and all. We can check, and we'll sending that report to the upper management regarding this some servers. Basically, they are ask us to monitor this server very frequently. Okay. So now on that page life expectancy, so we have to enable two features on the Windows side: virtual memory and lock pages in memory to uh, avoid this. Means we can say that the low page memory, page life expectancy in SQL Server, basically. Okay. This is the monitoring part. We will do that practical in performance tuning optimization class. Okay. Next is about how can we check that this is very old. Now we are going for memory grant. Okay, so we can select this. Oh, so see, this is a hint basically. Okay, we are providing here to use mdot. This is not configured on the server level mdot. So just for this query, you're providing that use that mdot, because we have a cross apply and all, waiting for all the data. See, so granted 1 KB, 1 GB, I think. Okay, m.1 session ID 3, and this is a text. So for this command, we have get about 1 MB of memory to the from the SQL Server, or we can set a buffer manager. And this is the plan for this query. Okay, like that we can pass here the query handler. Sorry, we can say pass here that query, and we can check that how much memory assigned to that query. Next is resource semaphore. No, now it is not required. N19 AW already deprecated. So basically AW is configuring the memory basically. Okay, address windowing extension from the SQL Server side, but is not required now. Okay, we are not doing these changes. Okay, now next to reading the log. So we have sp read error log. So we can hit here to read the logs. We can also check from the GUI side. This is a monitoring part basically. I think already shown you yesterday, I think. Okay, so you can see sp read error log. There's a parameter for 1 day, 2 day. We can also pass here parameter one, and then we can see 1 day before. We can see here basically all the data in current log file basically. Okay, after restart. So we can see that server is started on this time after all log here in this file. Okay, current log file. Or I can show you from the GUI part also. How can we monitor the logs, server level logs, agent level logs, and job yeah, database main logs. So see what are the all transaction happened on that server side till after the start till now. Okay, see the timing 11, sorry, 9:34 p.m. See the time is 10, I think 10, yeah, no, yeah, same, yeah, 10:15 p.m. So we get all the data here. That is what we have done. So we perform the backup and all. This is here. If you want to see the older one, so just click on the server, go to management, then we have a server logs, then we can see all the logs after system build. Okay, that is we have built a system on this day, and we have all the data. It will change at the day of restart basically. When you restart that, we create new archive older one, or new one is current. If you restart, then time will be changed and the name will be changed. So you can see that current one, we can see this one. So we also see that from the command prompt, and GUI side. GUI is like this. Yeah. If you want to see older one, so we can just uncheck this one and we can click on this. So before that we can see 29 to sorry 26 and that, because we have started multiple times that day, so we have couple of file on 26. See, so you can go get all the detail or message, any deadlocks or blockings or connection failure, anyone trying to connect from different network, different zone, so we will get here. See, authentication mode is mixed mode. That means SQL Server and Windows users can connect to the SQL Server. Then we have a agent log from here, then database log from here, and we can see also Windows log. Basically, Windows application that this window we can see from that extended sorry event viewer also for monitoring SQL Server and also event viewer. Okay, we'll get the same window like this. See, uh, uh, see Windows log application and hardware and all we can get here. See, and the current log is here. So we just make a filter here application at MS SQL Server, and then we can check all the MS SQL error log or information or any we can say that yeah, failure alerts and all. So there are two way we can monitor SQL Server and Windows logs and all. Mhm. So we are here on the command. Okay, so question till now for monitoring part via command line. Mhm. Then we can check here about the memory clerk. Okay, it will distributing all the memory to the resources. So it is monitoring. We have multiple matrix here, or we can say that we should check the value. See, memory type. Okay, and pages in Cabri virtual memory. You can see here. Mm, all the name. We've just filtered that as per our requirement. Okay, if required, but not. I think not necessary to go in that more than 364. Sorry, 634. So this is just a query basically for monitoring this one, and we for waiting task. So we can see here Windows scheduler. We can call that DMB basically. So we can just hit server, paste here. So this is a DMB OS scheduler, and we are finding the scheduler more greater than 255 basically. See the count and all. So basically, Windows scheduler is not also required in very frequently. We just check that OS stats and other. We can see that different one is that this one waiting task. So count what how many count task is waiting and resources. Okay. And the last wait time or this time millisecond. So we create a report for this. So these all are DMVs basically system views. Okay, system dynamic views basically. Yeah, any question? Hello.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the weight types basically. See, wow. We can check distinct one also. Okay. So we can get accurate what are the weight types and all. Okay. And we have also a class for maintenance for performance tuning. So we can see all the weight type basically, and what we have to check and what may need to be changed for that removing this weight type. Now we get a lock info here. Okay, for that instances. See this perf count. Just copy then and then hit here. Mhm. See, so these are CTR type, okay, counter type, okay, counter name, log request per second on the instance level, and this is the value, okay, means it till time it is logged. Mhm. Next, not this one. This is plan cache and free single use cache. Okay, so we can use that free dvcc command. So this is for freeing the cache. Okay, so this is dvcc command. This is part of performance tuning. Basically, when cache is full, so we can release the cache, or we can just restart the services if required, or for TMDB also. Get execution plan. So this is a query. Okay. Mhm. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we are calling here that exe query and cache. This is DMV. This is also DMV query plan and query text for checking all these things. So see the syntax DMV exe, that is executional file name basically, and we have a query plan and query text. So we need query text. We have to pass that query text here. Okay, and for plan is plan. Just we have it is easy to remember, but basically, okay, I will share the very frequently used DMVs. I have already created the list and all. Oh, in. Where is in? Why it is in? Wrong. In KB. Okay, so we have to remove this, like this, this. Now it's fine. Okay. It will select all the plan and plan cache. Yeah, see the text and all. What we have fired here, no? The size in KB and type of object is procedure, PROC procedure. Okay. T for table, V for view. Okay, and see the type of objects. Ad hoc query also here. This is ad hoc query from call from that. I think this is for extended events here. Okay, this is extended event calling. So these are the query which will monitor. See all the text here, which type of command fired here and matrix and all. Yeah, and the query size and KB, type of objects, and here's a query plan. We can check the query plan. Just we can click here. We can get that graphical design. See. You can keep the cursor and get that hint about that. This is cluster seek indexes, index seek, yeah. This is cluster index seek. This is basically query plan, okay? So you can get a query plan of that SQL statement and all like that. We see the query plan objects in that performance tuning classes, okay? I'm not going in deep right now. Okay, just I'm showing how can you monitor that. So if you have a query, then we can fire that. We can check that query here and we can check the plan, how it is created, okay? Next, this is our blocking sessions. So performance tuning to check that one. We can check that VLF here. Okay, let's see. Virtual file. Copy, and we check the virtual file of that database basically. Let's see the user database. Yeah, it is showing all basically. It is joined by master files. Okay, it is showing all the databases, VLF and all. See, we can pass here filter also. We can pass the database ID and then we can filter that data. So basically this is for report, so we can get all the database and byte read, byte write, a number of size. Okay, yeah, here see size in MB, that MDF file and all. Basically, this is written as a reports basically. Okay, we can just filter that and we can visualize in reports all the details and all. Next, about the estimated time query completion. So let's see here. This is from sys.exe request. I think I have shown all these things. Okay, in previous command. This is exe request basically. So we can customize this exe request as per our convenient, and we can use that. So here we have called session ID percentage completion is elapsed time, and yeah, in second. Okay, this is in milliseconds, so divided by 1000. And the command like backup, so backup start and yeah, start time, and restore we can also get that. So just here is that command. So we don't have anything here, so we are not getting this data. So we get table like this: session ID, percent completion, and completion time in second, and command that is backup or restore, whatever, because it's a filter on two things. Okay, command like backup and restore only. And this is for page buffer as part of performance. Let's see. Okay, go down. Oh, let's see like this. Yeah. So see the cache spaces count in memory. Yeah. For this database is like database name and page cache in count. Okay, so we can order by as per utilization, but is ordered by that cache count. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, see. So we can also modify this. We can use for a database ID.
So more
Mm,
the pages are cached, it is good.
yeah, good. No? Yeah, that is good. Best. So here it is for temp.db. So this is see here. This is for temp.db, not for user database. See. So if you modify some data and writing some data, fetching the data, so we'll get the user database here. I think user database should be on top rather than the system databases, because we are not hitting system databases from application side.
Any value here like which is if it is less than this,
No, no. It is
nothing.
as bigger it is best. If it is a user databases, means let's see any historical database. Let's see, you have a we can say that we have a report like let gold loan. Okay, so gold loan, let's say example of gold loan India info line. So I seen the databases. So in that there are two tables. There's historical table and one is a customer old customer data. The loan is closed. Okay, so we are not hitting that table or net databases basically. Two table in the same one databases. So we are not getting that cache memory cache pages count, because you are not hitting that one. If you are hitting that, that is come from the disk to memory cache or embed buffer cache. So that depend on the hits. Okay, how much we are hitting the databases. Okay, any question or you got our answer?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you. So it is about that count in pages basically. Okay, page count in cache. Okay, so next is about the buffer free and how it is used. So let's use by table and all, so we can see that table and that current size and free spaces. So this is also
So
part of
you will be sharing these queries later.
yes, yeah, yeah, I can see a stereo. This is the
I
master.
mean this is a generic or like is it prepared by you separately for
No, this is generic basically. Some I have customized for my own basically. This is created very old basically. So that time there's a requirement from that
I
customer
mean I
side.
mean if we use this works in all versions and all
Yes,
that
yes, all
generic.
version, all environment to get the same data.
It is not
Not any.
specific to any.
No, no, no,
uh,
because DMB is global, na? Basically, if you install an instance, SQL Server instance, may not depend on version, not version depend on edition any. Okay, you can execute anywhere in the SQL Server environment,
yeah.
except that read-only servers. Okay, this is in replica basically, SQL Server replica. So you can get an error. You can get not get put whole matrix from there. because data is in synchronized mode or recovery mode or standby mode. So you cannot get that data from that server. But in production server, you can get all the data. It will not throw an error if you execute this one. This is not an high IO intensive queries. This is simple reading from DMBs only. Okay, system DMBs. So now we are just going to monitor the tables of user databases. So you can see the list. Okay, the table name, the index name, and free byte here. See, it is about all the indexes. Okay, the user databases, we can just pass here the table name, object name, and you can get that one. So you have not written a condition here. Basically, we have just made a join and from that tables and indexes. Okay, so it is saying that this is a free space byte for this table. Okay, or this index. Okay, we don't have index, but this table. Okay, so we can write 400 byte in that table. Okay, till now, then it will claim a space from that disk.
So which query will tell about whether this index need to be rebuilt?
Yeah, I'm going just coming to that one. That is 25, 26 number. I am reaching there. Yeah. So this is what buffer, not, yeah, index fragmentation. See, okay, this query will give you answer basically, but we don't have any index on server. I can get it from backend for the practical session, so it will show later. But yeah, let's try and keeping this. Let's 10. Okay, leave it. Basically, this value is more than 30 for rebuild. Below that, we can do a reorganize. I think already I've told in previous classes. Okay, so we don't have any indexes. That is highly fragmented all. Okay, so we are not getting any number here. Okay, so I will do one thing. I will do some mm, create tables and drop some data from that table. So it will fragmented. Means I will make data is fragmented, and then we can show in that performance tuning optimization query. Okay,
I
in
think
the
it should be there in adventure schema, no? Some indexes.
let's see, this. Let's try this one. If we got, yeah, yeah. Thank you. So see here. Yeah, I will solve it for this only. Okay, see, so I have thing, this is after 10 na? Okay, not any. So we focus on, this is fragmented everyone 100%. So we focus on this table, this index, this cluster index, and this is a primary key, more fragmented. Okay, so we will just do one thing, just we have to rebuild this index. Or if we are getting more indexes on same table, then we have a command like we can rebuild whole table basically. But that is a bad practice because this is a high IO intensive. It will generate too much log blockings on the server. So we have to think according to the server performance to perform that maintenance activity. So I will just show you just one demo. Basically, we are not going in deep because we have a different class for performance tuning. So there's a command like alter index and index name. I'm not going on table level. Okay, because I have to specify this as 100 here. Okay, in this is a command line. Okay, alter index name. Okay, on the table name, we can write here with reveal, or we can say that direct revealed. This is a command. Next, we have multiple parameters. Okay, like fill factor. If we have syntax is wrong, fill factor, I think name is wrong. Fill factor like this. No, we can check from here. Fill factor. What is the spelling? Fill factor. Let's see. SP configure. We can pass too many parameters inside that reveal to optimize this rebuild index query. Okay, we have not enabled. Okay, this is fill factor. Okay, same name. What is getting here? Fill factor, and then we have pass here revealed with, sorry, and we can also be a facility for online. Okay, we can do this revealed offline or online. Okay, so we have to just pass here on online on. Okay, this is a parameter basically.
What is the
Revealed
use
with,
of fill factor?
yeah, I have told you there's a fill factor, how much we are filling the data pages. Means if we have a page, we have 100 rows, like your notebook. Okay, so how much we are filling that pages. If modification required, the modification got in different pages. So when you retrieve the data, it will take time to read the data from multiple pages. So if there is a frequency of modification more on the databases, then we set that fill factor that we are not going to fill that data pages 100%. We are filling 90% and 10% keeping free for the modifications. So the modified data not going to write on different pages basically. Okay,
And what is the optimum size for
8
index?
KB. No, index means index size means in KB we can say that you
No,
are
not
asking for.
size, fill factor, optimum size.
Yeah, optimum size, that is not any hard coded or any best practice written in any book basically. This is depend on this application ki how much we are going to data modification done in that future or coming time basically. If we are thinking that we have less modification from the application side, like we can say that, and we have application CRM. So in CRM we can just upload data and agent is calling. They are not modifying any data except one report that is done by team lead or we can, yeah, TL or team lead, whatever they have. So that table can modify. So as per DBA we have experienced that no one going to modify the data basically. Most of the table is read only mode, sorry, insert writing data only, not modifying the data. So we will keep that 100%. There is no more fragmentation because we are not deleting data after some time. That is as is it when we have uploaded from Excel file or any note file or flat files. So it totally depend on you to analyze that or ask developer how much we are data going to modify. Let's you can see that lab. Okay,
And what is
uh,
the default value if we don't
that is
specify?
100 full. You are going to
Okay,
full 8 KB pages.
okay.
Yeah, that is 8 KB. Okay, the page size is default 8 KB. Extend size is 64 KB. Okay, so I've already defined a study class. There are two type of extend, that is mixed or uniform. Uniform means same type of pages like table pages or index pages is uniform extend, or mixed extend means in that we have a table level pages or index level pages combined. So that is a mixed extend, and the total size of extend is maximum size is 64 KB, and a single unit of data pages size is only 8 KB. This is a smallest unit of data.
Okay.
So we can feel that why it is giving me an error factor. Okay, so you can pass it is 90 per, sorry, just click wrong. Yeah, here. So number 90, insert not. Okay, this is okay. Why it is fill factor? I think it will take in one name, maybe. Yeah, integer. So we can move this. Okay. So this is the syntax. So previously we don't have online option for revealing the indexes. Previously means before 2014 release. Okay, till 2012 we have to make this revealed online, and it is very IO intensive and making too much locking in on the table because we are altering the basically table. So it will take a lock on the table, and the application go slow down or we face the performance degradation issues. Okay, now we have an online, so it will not create a blocking on the table. Okay, it will release, we can say that it will do we can say that partially lock, we can say that, uh, and it will not impact the performance of the databases. Okay, so now we have to just reduce this. This is 100%. Okay, just execute this one. Okay, we don't have permission on this table. Why? Alter index name on the table with rebuild syntax is right, but we don't have permission. Why? We are a sysadmin. Hmm, 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 hmm. This table. Okay, I think we don't pass that schema name. Okay, need to provide the schema name. It is this transaction history archive. Where is transaction history archive? Hmm, hmm. Let's find from here the schema name. Let's for that we have to provide a schema name because we it is detecting default DBO schema. That's why. Okay, we don't have a schema here. Cluster index name and this. So table is transaction history. Okay. This one we have a production schema. Okay, this is production schema. So we provide the production dot this. Okay, now we have to provide here production dot noise. Okay, let's parse this query. Now successful and execute. Yeah, this is successfully executed. Let's see it is defragmented or not, else we have to rerun. Okay, but so now see we are not getting this one. This is defragmented. Okay, yes, done. See, any question on this index fragmentation or rebuild?
So what is the minimum average fragmentation in percent like for that we go for rebuild?
Yes,
30.
I've, I have told many times this is 30%,
30. Okay.
30% and above we go for rebuild, else we go for reorg.
Reorg.
Yeah, we have a reorg. I think I have shown in maintenance plan here in SQL Server we yesterday. This one. We can create from here. If we do not know where to rebuild, which index need to rebuild, so we go on this place, this rebuild, select this one, and just we can pass. It is for all table on a databases, but this is very uh, IO intensive because it will if you kill this transaction now it will take roll back to same time. Basically, let's see this example. If this job run for 15 minutes, okay, and you getting call from the application team, this is very server performance very slow. So then you're thinking that we have to just kill this job. So if you kill this job, it will take more next 15 minutes to roll back because it will recreating that index or fragmentation, and then transaction will roll back basically. So it is very hectic task for a DBA to do from that maintenance plan. Okay, so we just call the job and we create a statement and then we execute that one. Well, we'll show you just basically how can we do. Let's see adventure work. Here we can set max job. If you're providing that max zero parallelism to this job, you can use, or else see keep online. It will avoid deadlock. Okay, advanced sorting you can use on tempdb for the best performance. Okay, and see here fragmentation greater than 30%. See, these are optional optimizing the index only, but you can use that, or we can say that if there's too much indexes, we can say that 80%. So we can just do this job is defragment that indexes which have 80% fragmentation above, and above means 80 to 100%. So we have to just modify these parameters as per our utilization of the servers and all. We have to think about the server utilization before implementing this rebuild index from maintenance plan, because this is totally IO intensive, log generation, and you'll log the tables and all. So we will not select any statement from that table and all. Basically, this will totally degrade the performance of databases mainly. So this is the parameter. We can say that. Okay. I think you understand about that data's fragmentation and defragmentation. Okay. So this is the value. Below that, we can go for reorganize. Okay. In there is difference between reorganize and rebuild. Rebuild will delete and recreate the indexes. Simple. Okay. But reorganize not deleting the index, just moving the space between that pages basically. This is simple difference between reorganize and rebuild indexes in SQL Server.
So in which scenario do we do rebuild and which one we do reorg?
Yes, below 30% fragmentation. See here, I have written here 10. Okay, see, go to the go down. Sorry, in here output. Now we have this index on this table. Okay, so we will go for reorg for these indexes.
Okay,
But main
reorg is also online, no?
no reorg is offline,
Offline.
not online, but it will not locking your table. There's a difference basically, because it's not
Okay,
deleting your index name. Because in alter command you are dropping this index name, index, and recreating with the same name in the backend.
okay,
So that's why it will take occupied or lock on that this table, and then deleting that indexes and recreating the indexes. So it is a totally IO intensive. There's 3 or 4 tasks behind that query.
okay. But if we are specifying online equal on, then it will not lock, right?
Yes, it will not lock. These are new features basically. It will generate one a snapshot of this replication index simply in memory. This is for online SQL Server generate one a snapshot of this index first, and then start working on this defragmentation part. So user can use this index from memory, basically a snapshot, and it will not take a lock. After deleting this, a snapshot also deleted, creating this alter index activity. So this is a benefit of online rebuild basically. In offline, we will wait for that completion of this activity task and all. Till time it will take a lock and doing their alter activities on the database level, dropping and recreating the same indexes with the same name. Yeah, that's it for we can say that rebuild index and reorganization. Any further question? Any other doubts on rebuilding? This is a part of performance tuning. So I've just done here basically what we'll see again in that performance tuning part. Okay, this is the first step. Basically every DBS here I'm going to create the indexes and it will solve my problem basically. But nay, but after that we have too many things to analyze and monitor on the server side. And next is let's go to that long running query by IO. We have seen from GUI side, but we can see also from that query side. Okay, this is we get a historical data, then we have to go inside that query and look into that. This is we can pass DB ID, or yeah, it's taking from this. Okay, let's see. So not going for 100, let's 10. Okay, so we don't have long running queries here, so we are not getting that one. Okay, and next is long running by duration. So you can also check how long the query is running on the database server. Sorry. Oh. Next is okay. Let's select this one. This is from query stats and query text. Yeah, about the query. Okay. So We have an average CPU duration, a number of count by this query, how much time is query executed on the system, average duration, total elapsed time, worker time, okay, last execution. These are things we get. A query type of this object. This is query what it is used. That is foreign key, primary key, procedure, table, view, whatever you can see here, the database name and all. So it is very helpful query basically for performance tuning point of view. See. Okay, and next is missing indexes. So we have rebuilded indexes as that is exist on the server. This is highly fragmented, but we have created a hash table. Okay, sorry, heap table. Sorry, not hash, heap table. So heap table is the table which has no indexes, known as heap table. Basically, simple definition. So we have a table, history table, sorry, transaction table, and we are reading data more from the transaction table, but it is going for table scan, sorry, table scan or index scan, and we are getting data very slow, we can say that. So we need to find that missing indexes and need to create on which column we are getting more hit from that application server. So we get we can get here the uh, user seek how many times, okay, then it is a scan or seek, then the database name, that the table name, then the column name on which we have to create a indexes, that the missing column basically. If we have using where clause like employee name and employee date of joining, so we get the date, the column name here. So we just create an index on this table using this column name. Yeah, so this is about the index missing indexes. So this is about more about, we can say that we have seen this procedure first. Yeah, we have seen this procedure. Okay, so I think I have touched all the important topics for monitoring, regular monitoring as well as performance tuning monitoring. Okay, if you have question, then we can do a question Q&A session, and else we can wrap this call. Yeah, Manu and Gopal.
Nothing from me today. I need to complete the pending things.
Yes, so
Okay.
for yeah, I'm just stopping this sharing, and we can say that recording, and we'll discuss about today, tomorrow, and